What's up, friends? Culture Drop here, and also I'm Galen. Surprise! Today's video is about what if everything goes right? And credit where credit's due, this idea came from Carrie on my team, who's brilliant. I know when I have bad ideas, I blame it on Carrie, but she's responsible for most of the brilliant ideas that we have because we chat about Culture Drop, and just in our discussions, these things come up. But I love this topic, and I was like, yes, this is great. A lot of times in situations that we have in our lives, we anticipate terror and things going wrong and catastrophe. It's like, what if I lose my job? What if I get in trouble? What if this thing? What if this thing? And so I like the reframing of like, what if everything goes right? I'm gonna share a few kind of examples of where you can apply this and think about this. And then this week on the blog, we're gonna add like a kind of like worksheet download for this too. It's just like an activity that you can do to, I think, reduce some stress, reduce anxiety, reduce sort of like the dread of things going wrong in your life as just a way to kind of like pull you into a more positive mindset at any point. So for example, it's like, okay, I'm applying for this role. It's maybe a raise or a different role or a different company. It's like, what if I am ready for this role, right? What if I do deserve a job that I love? Or when it comes to like changes happening like in my life that are out of my control, or changes that happen at work, which is like, what if this change makes everything much better, right? What if this change actually improves a lot of things for me instead of makes it worse, or there's loss involved? One for like the more sensitive kind of, everybody hates me sort of mentality that some people have, which is like, what if the feedback that this person has for me is great? Or what if like absolutely nobody is mad at me? I really like the idea of just as a blanket kind of feeling of like, what if everything goes right? What if this job interview that I have goes well and I crush it, as opposed to like, what if I screw up? What if I mess this up and then everything goes to crap after that? Another one is like, what if nobody expects me to be perfect and doing everything perfectly, and like, right, that I'm being too hard on myself and like I can sort of take it easy on myself? That's another great what if. I think another great what if is like, what if where I am right now in my journey of growth, of learning, of my life is exactly where it needs to be? I'm in the place I need to be. I'm learning exactly what I need to learn. I'm not where I'm gonna be yet, but I'm like in the right place right now and nothing is wrong with that. Another one that I like personally that maybe falls into sort of like conflict, or like if you have somebody that you butt heads with a lot, just to like reframe our mindset about that, is like, you think about, okay, this person that I work with that I don't get along with historically or whatever, it's like, what if we met under completely different circumstances in a completely different context somewhere else? I bet that we would really like each other if we were just strangers and ran into each other at a concert or something, right? I think it's interesting to think about how our lives intertwine, and the people that we don't get along with, that if we had met under totally different circumstances, that we'd be perfectly fine with or become friends with. I like that one for just like having a little bit of empathy about like circumstance. Great, so those are some examples of sort of like this what if everything goes right kind of mentality. And the worksheet, the thing that I want to talk about that is like, here's an actionable thing you can do, is that taking a look at the things in your life that are causing you stress, anxiety, dread, or whatever, that you're like fearing a negative outcome. You have quit your job, but you haven't found a new one yet or something. To like make a list of those things on a piece of paper, like write them down of like, okay, finding a new job, or applying for this new role or something like there, and like write those things down on a piece of paper, draw a line or flip the paper over, and then write a what if statement for that. What if the news that I get from this person is great news? What if I find a job that I totally love and I get paid more than I ever made before, and it's like wonderful for me? So like taking those circumstances and situations, writing them down, and then writing a what if everything goes great sort of statement for yourself. It doesn't mean that you're just gonna like magically manifest that into existence and everything will go perfectly in your life forever. But I really think that that can help us with mindset. A lot of the things that we like fear happening don't come to fruition. And so when we are worried about something, we're like basically suffering a negative outcome that doesn't exist yet. And a way to sort of like to put that on pause for a second and be like, well, what if everything goes great here? I think it's just a nice way for us to move through the world without being bogged down by being worried about negative outcomes, because sometimes they happen and sometimes everything turns out right. So cool, that's our culture drop. You're great, I love you, go be awesome. I go, it's a quick hit, pow! This one's a block. I'm just blocking. Because you're punching at me, I'm blocking, and I'm gonna go, pow! Pow! It's not like a double, like a, that's no, I'm like, pow! Pow! You see, you didn't know, it was a trick. Let's get serious and do some stuff here. This is very important. Thanks for watching and tuning in. Subscribe to our channel. We put a lot of content on here. You can also subscribe to the Culture Drop mailing list and get these emails in your inbox every Tuesday morning. Follow our social media channels. Put a lot of free content out about just being more awesome and building great teams.